us from Joe IA Stadium in Ruston, Louisiana. Just about to turn the corner into the back half of the season here on EA Sports. The Trojans ready to kick it away first. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So Louisiana Tech's offense comes onto the field first today. And they've got the veteran, this senior quarterback, to guide the ship. Everybody wants to make big plays, but he's got to take them when they're available and not force things. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Taken down. Long way to go on second down. Back to the ground game on the left. Swapped immediately. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, it's Holmes. Oh, pressure's coming. Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force him into a 4th down. Louisiana Tech will have to punt. Looks it in. He's going to get loose. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. The Trojans' offense will come out to go on the attack for the first time. And there he is, this senior wide receiver. This guy's every tool you could want. He is one of the better pass catchers in the game.
It's pretty amazing when you watch this offense because they're not very talented. They're average, quite honestly, a lot of spots. Except the guy at wide receiver, David. He is elite. And today on offense, everything should go through him.
And when you've got one of those guys, you've got a chance, right? One guy that puts fear in the defense. And I love that we continue to see guys have real success at smaller levels, right? It's not just the power 4. These are guys that end up getting plucked and go to the next level. You can still be a burner and still have that great speed and route running and develop. And this guy has, and he is one of the best players on he actually is the best player on this team, and he is option number 1 for the squad.
No room to run, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal. Motion from the back. Several defenders there to get him on the ground. The pressure ramps up on 3rd and goal. On play action. Out wide right, it's Taylor. He'll be stopped right there. They threw it short of the goal line, and now they've got some ground to cover on 4th down. Absolutely center cut. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
I'll tell you, this is not an easy place to play on the road, especially at nighttime. This crowd, they get loud. That's the way it's been so far, but they have a nice drive to open it up. They're able to execute. They put themselves in field goal range, knock it through the uprights. They did exactly what they needed to do, taking a 3-0 lead here early on the road. That's impressive.
Brings a return out across the 25, gets a couple of extra yards. He's stopped at the 27-yard line. Wide receiver comes in motion. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Timed him perfectly to knock it free and forces a 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Looking downfield, it's Holmes. Caught. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1. Louisiana Tech will have to punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Trying to take it back. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Now the Trojan offense returns to the field. So they've put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead. It's a fumble. He's got the ball and he'll try to pick up a few. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Turning it on. Pulled to the ground. They'll need a bunch on second down. Pulls it and runs it again. He'll be dragged to the ground, but it'll be a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. The touch pass goes absolutely nowhere, knocked down for a loss. And they got the completion, but no yards. Now they need to go forward to avoid a 3rd and long. They got it blocked just enough, and a good gain on that run. 3rd and short now. They snap it from their own 46. They'll try to get it through the air. Got his man out of the backfield. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage. Gets off his first one of the day. He was called on 5 times in the victory last week. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. A little misdirection and the handoff on the counter. Got a little grass. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. To the air, it's Holmes. Can't hold on in the face of the contact. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. They'll run it. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. 3rd and 6 yards to go. From the gun, wants to pass. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And really good job getting to the quarterback. That's priority number 1, trying to get pressure on him. Get him to the ground is a bonus. They had 6 sacks in their last game. They got to keep building on that number if they want to keep stacking wins.
Louisiana Tech will have to punt. He'll try to make the catch in traffic. He's brought down, and he looked for room to return it, and there wasn't much there. After that last play, there is a Trojan who is shaken up on the field. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Straight ahead, it's Griffin. And he'll pick up a few yards before he's dragged down, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. On the option. Now the toss. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks. And the Trojans really need to keep this drive alive on third down. Keeps it himself. The pitch. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. The Trojans will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Excellent job on the punt. Bounces out of bounds at the 5, and they'll have 95 yards to go in front of them. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. Makes the grab, and down immediately. He picks up a few. Second and long here. Looking to throw, it's Holmes. Fires left. Complete downfield. They'll mark him down at the 17, and that'll be enough to move the chains. They think there's room to run to the right here. Picks his way ahead, pick up of 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line. Long way to go on second down. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up third down. Offense in a bunch formation. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. They're working that left side. They'll move those chains, getting it out to the 29-yard line and trying to get this drive rolling. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Cross the 30 out to the 33 and gains 4 on the play. Line getting set on second down. Snap in the shotgun. Turns it upfield. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line and they'll move the chains. This offense has been sluggish to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. Looking down the middle. Complete to the right. They make the tackle, but not before he picks up the first down. Louisiana Tech back to the line with a fresh set of downs. Can't get him to the ground. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. They've got a really good drive going, but a little speed bump here at 2nd and 13. Gonna look downfield again. Got there right as the ball did, jarred it loose. It'll be third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And the deflection by the defense brings up 4th down. Louisiana Tech will have to punt. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Excellent job on the punt. Bounces out of bounds at the 5, and they'll have 95 yards to go in front of them. From the gun, it's Griffin. That hole closed quickly. He'll get 1 out to the 6. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Kept it on the ground. Now they'll throw. Keeping his eyes downfield. Thought he saw some daylight, but this defense closed quickly. Maybe picked up 1 on the play. Ton of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Keeps it on the bootleg. Oh, and the ball is wiggled free near their own goal line. A loose pigskin in the end zone, and the defense is all over it. A fumble recovery for a touchdown.
And the defense right now flying around, getting to the ball carrier, knocking the ball loose, running into the end zone, jumping on it for a touchdown.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 7-3. The scoop and score. What a lift it can give to the defense. Not content to get the ball. They wanted to do something with it, and they did. Fielded in the end zone. It's Burgess. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Hits inside. It's Griffin. They were all over it. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. The play fake. Right side, it's Taylor. Oh, he's got some space. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move.
Could that be the play that finally wakes them up? Just not a lot of good going on offensively here in this first half. They've only got 3 points to show for their efforts. They haven't been throwing it a lot, but they took a shot there. They got a chunk play. Now they're in a position. They need to score a touchdown here before the half is over.
And the Trojans come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Fresh setter down's going to the air. That's reeled in. It's locked. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Back to pass on second down. It's complete on the right side. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
They'll need a bunch on second down. He'll set up to throw. Rush is on. Good job just to get rid of that one. They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. He'll try to get to the marker himself. They don't get nearly enough on 3rd down, 4th down coming from the 48. The Bulldogs using their first timeout. Gives them a little time to dig deep in the play sheet and figure out what to do on 4th down. They boot it away on 4th down. And no shot at a return here as the punt flies out of bounds. Wants to throw. It's Holmes. They'll give him 4 on the pickup. It's 2nd and 6. Ball's on the 16, and they need 6 on second down. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Right through his hands. You just have to make that catch, and it'll be 3rd down. Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Makes the grab. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. Set up for the first down play, and they're going to call a timeout and talk it over instead. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. The Bulldogs take their 3rd and final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. A short throw to the sideline, but it is long enough for a first down. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Under pressure. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. Just enough time for one final play of the half. 2nd and 10. He'll throw again. Gonna take a shot. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Gents, the cream is rising to the top here 7 weeks in. Let's take a look at today's action. We begin with a look at Wisconsin taking on the #1 team, the Indiana Hoosiers. And it's the Hoosiers in a little bit of hot water right now. They're down. I know we haven't even hit halftime, but anytime the #1 team in the country is losing, that's headline news. As we check in on these top 25 matchups this week, we're reminded of just how meaningful every week in college football is. Now back over to your game in Ruston. Back and forth we've gone so far, and these numbers, it's funny, 3rd down conversions don't always tell the story. Maybe staying out of those situations in the second half is the safest pathway to victory. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at the Joe in Lincoln Parish.
Louisiana Tech about to kick it off to start this second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Clock stops momentarily as there is an injured Bulldog on the play. Guys, the Troy offense returns to the field. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a...
Snags it, and he's open. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Sells the run, looking to pass. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down. The run inside. It's Griffin. Got the first down. He stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain. This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move. It's 1st and 10. They're going to ride this running back.
And on that play on the RPO, they had the look they wanted, but up front, they just could not get the job done. You see linemen losing their one-on-one battles. There was nowhere for that running back to go.
Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
Nice coverage on the back end. Great job. Nothing open right away. The QB holds the ball in the pocket, and the pass rush finally gets home. Sometimes it's the DBs doing great work. Sometimes it's the defensive lineman winning up front.
The Trojans will punt this one away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Louisiana Tech starts this drive as the offense goes on the attack. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Give to the running back. Just enough there to get it to the 25, a pickup of 2. They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 25. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out of their own 37. And the Bulldogs come to the line with a new set of downs. Caught in the backfield, it's Bolden. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes, only a pickup of a couple. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
Well, this game really has turned into a defensive struggle, and both defenses right now are just absolutely dominating. That time, nice job using his pass rush moves, getting to the quarterback, and they just look like they cannot be blocked right now up front.
It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. Dropping back, it's Holmes. Fires to the wideout. Complete in the middle. That defense got gassed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
And that's this guy's 3rd catch now on the drive, and I like how this offense just keeps going back to him. Look, if you're not going to cover him, we're going to keep throwing him the football. We don't have to overthink this thing, and as every completion happens, the quarterback is gaining more and more confidence in this guy.
2nd and long here. From the gun, running back gets to give. Nowhere to go. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Louisiana Tech will have to punt. This will be the 5th kick of the night. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. So, guys, we'll have another look at this Troy offense. These guys really need to get something going on this drive. They are still well within striking distance, but they have very little to show for their possession so far. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. This time they'll throw it. But a little time, lets it go. Good coverage to knock that pass away. Wow, this offense is doing nothing. They've already punted 4 times and staring at the possibility of a 5th. On third down, he drops to throw. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
That defender is a matchup nightmare for any offensive lineman to block. He's got athleticism, he's got length, he's got flexibility. He put it all on display on that sack.
And the Trojans will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Hand goes into the air for the fair catch, and the catch is made around the 40. They'll start this drive and snap it from the 40. Quick give. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. Here comes the offense on second down. They give it to him again. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Louisiana Tech will have to punt. They'll be forced to kick for the 6th time tonight. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Troy's offense comes out ready to start this drive. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. It's runs like that that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35. Right around the halfway point of the season, neither of these squads that we've watched today ranked, but here's the top 25 as it stands right now. Our final quarter is on deck, and it looks as if they are ready to go. So the final period starts with a second down play. Leaves it in his belly. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough to pick up the first down. The Trojans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Pickup of 8, it's now 2nd and 2. Now on second down. Pulls it again on the option. Tackle is made at the 48. It's a pickup of 5 and enough for the first down. And the Trojans kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. They've got him looking run, but they're going to throw it. Trying to escape and get it himself. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could. The Trojans in a good spot here with 2nd and short. It's complete to the right. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Looking to pick up a first down on 3rd and short from the 43. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. Out wide right, it's Taylor. Gain of 8 yards on the play. He's too short of the first down. An 8-yard pickup on the first down completion. Now 2nd and 2. keeps it on the option. They pull him down, but he's got enough, and it'll be a first down for this offense. And the Trojans pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Wide receiver going in motion. Drops back on first down. Fires downfield. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass. Long way to go on second down. Defense all over it. 12th play of the drive coming up, but they've got a long way to go here on third down. They'll go to the air. Forced him to get rid of it on third down. So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. And he got it! And they draw to within 3 here in the fourth quarter.
And this offense obviously wanted to take the lead, but they chip into the lead a little bit. Now they're going to need their defense. Just give me another opportunity. They only need a field goal in the fourth quarter. Nice job cutting into that lead.
On the move from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. They take over holding this slim lead, and a drive right here sure would be nice. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23. Rides to the back. Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard. Third and long coming up. Moves the pocket, it's Holmes. Here comes the heat. Right side, it's Bolden. He stopped at the 23 and still a ways to go to pick up the first down. Louisiana Tech will have to punt. Hauls it in at the 40. No room to bring it back. Here comes the biggest drive of the game for this offense. Down 1 score. First play of the drive, he'll look to throw. Finds his man. Oh, there might have been trouble if they had knocked him down so quickly. After the 7-yard completion, it's now 2nd and 3. Out wide left, it's Lott. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. On third and long, try to convert through the air. He'll just throw it away, and it'll be fourth down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. Needs it here on fourth down. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. A bold decision to go for it on fourth down, and one that did not pay off. Breaks into the open. Enough to move the chains. The Trojans decide to use their first timeout. And that got under their skin a little bit, having to use the TO after giving up the first down. They'll give it to him again. All over him immediately. Trying to save time on defense, they use their second timeout. And now what will they come up with on this second down play? The RPO, fire complete to the left. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. Wanting to stop the clock on defense, they use their third and final timeout. They'll take a moment to gather their thoughts and put together a plan for this third down play. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. And as the quarterback takes a knee, that clock keeps dwindling away, now under a minute to play. To be honest, both of these offenses played as if they were waist deep in mud. Plenty of struggles, and they come up just short in this one.
Definitely a defensive struggle here. So the good news for this team is you like what you saw on that side of the football, guys making plays, but the offense has got to be able